Welcome to Let's Talk. My name is Goddess Empress Amun Ra, and as always, I am here with my co host, Almighty Amun Ra, and today we are going to try something a bit different. We are going to discuss the dynamics of the virtual world, all of its pros and cons, while adding a twist and kind of mixing it up a bit.
Yeah, we thought we would give you guys something different to see how you like it. So we hope you enjoy it.
Scene: a virtual coffee shop in a neon-lit metropolis, inside the buzzing heart of the virtual world. Empress, sipping her virtual latte, leaning back with a thoughtful look.
You ever wonder what this world is doing to people's heads, Almighty? I mean, this place was supposed to be a getaway, right? A little break from reality. But folks out here catching real feelings over avatars, like genuinely feeling heartbroken over some pixels on a screen.
Almighty, chuckling.
Tell me about it. People are out here with entire lives, families, and friendships that only exist within these servers. I've seen folks go full Shakespeare, tears, drama, love confessions. You'd think the fate of their actual lives depended on whether someone's avatar waved at them today. And don't get me wrong, I get it. Real people behind the screen, real emotions. But I mean, come on. We're out here going through whole soap operas for a world you can just log off from.
Empress, smiling, raising an eyebrow.
It's the whole identity thing, I think. Here, people get to shape themselves however they want. It's like everyone's playing their fantasy version of themselves. And that's cool, but the problem is they start to believe it's actually who they are. Like if their avatar is a knight or a rock star, that's who they think they are in the real world too. But there's a price to pay when you're out here living in a fantasy 24/7.
Almighty, nodding.
Oh, absolutely. It's like they're borrowing confidence from the avatar, but leaving their real self behind. Some folks come in here because they feel like nobody's outside. Then suddenly, in here, they're kings, queens, warriors, you name it. But the more time they spend here, the harder it gets to go back to normal life. They're more worried about leveling up their digital lives than living their real ones. So they end up trapped?
And that's when things get real messy. People start building real life priorities around the virtual world. They're out here rearranging their schedules, ducking real life responsibilities to make sure they don't miss their virtual crew hanging out at 9 p.m. sharp. I know people who've blown off actual dates because they didn't want to miss their raid night. I'm like, priorities, people.
Almighty, grinning.
Right? And what's even wilder is how people treat each other here. Like the gloves are off, no consequences, no filters. Some folks come in here to be the worst version of themselves. They'll say things here they wouldn't dare say outside. They think the screen gives them armor, like they're untouchable. I've seen people get torn apart in chat over things that mean nothing outside these pixels.
Empress, rolling her eyes.
The keyboard warriors, right? They think because they're anonymous, they can just unleash every petty, nasty thought they have. But that stuff gets into people's heads. Imagine logging off and taking that negativity with you. Someone who was having a rough day might log in, hoping for a distraction, and leave feeling worse. They start believing the hate because let's be real, words can hit hard, virtual or not.
Almighty, sighs.
And then there's the drama. Oh, the drama. Like, people in here will start beef over a glance. You looked at my avatar too long. Why didn't you message me back? People blocking each other, sending virtual breakup texts, unfriending. It's wild. I swear I saw a guy delete his whole character because his online girlfriend left him for some other avatar. It was like the end of the world for him.
Empress, laughing but shaking her head.
It's like middle school, but with fancier outfits. And it's also performative. Folks act out whole soap operas, playing characters they can't even keep up with. And the worst part? They get sucked into thinking it's real. Like this place tricks your brain. Your mind knows it's not real, but when you're staring at the screen for hours, your emotions say otherwise. And suddenly, every digital heartbreak, every virtual insult feels like it happened in real life.
Exactly. And there's some science behind it. Our brains don't really know the difference when we're invested like that. Whether it's face to face or avatar to avatar, the emotions hit the same buttons in our heads. So people end up with real heartbreak, real jealousy, real anxiety. Like, how many times have we seen someone disappear from a group chat after a virtual breakup, hiding like it's a shameful walk of shame? It's mind bending.
Empress, leaning in, more serious now.
And that's the thing, isn't it? People who come here to escape real life stress end up with a whole new set of problems. The virtual world isn't free of drama, it's actually a magnifier. It makes every small issue feel massive because there's no outside context. When this world becomes someone's only world, they start to lose perspective.
Almighty, nodding.
Right. And you've seen how some folks end up spending all their time here. Like, they wake up, log in, and never come up for air. Days blend together, people lose track of time, even stop taking care of themselves. I mean, I knew someone who lost his job because he missed so many shifts, all to keep up with a game. That's when it's not just entertainment anymore. That's when it's, well, a problem.
Empress, raising a finger.
But then again, we can't ignore the pros, right? I mean, think about it. This place has real potential for connection. I know people who've met lifelong friends here, even met their partners. Like for folks who struggle in real life, shy, introverted, socially anxious, this place is a goldmine for building relationships. They can practice being social without all the pressure.
Almighty, smiling.
Facts. And then there are the people finding community here, like groups supporting each other through real stuff. I've seen players rally around each other when someone's going through a tough time in real life, losing a family member, health issues, job loss, you name it. And those bonds are real. You can see people genuinely care. So, yeah, there's a lot of good in that.
It's like people find their people here faster than they ever could in the real world. You vibe with someone, boom, they're part of your virtual circle. And for some folks, that's more support than they've ever had. And they get to experience things they wouldn't otherwise. Like I met a guy who's paralyzed in real life, but in here, he's climbing mountains, running marathons, living his best life. There's beauty in that, you know.
True. It's all about balance, though. This place is like a double edged sword. It gives you freedom and connection, but if you're not careful, it also takes. People forget that this is supposed to be a break from reality, not a replacement for it. Spend too much time here, and you start feeling empty the minute you log off. And then it's like you're chasing a high you can never quite reach.
And that's where the mental health impact really hits because this place tricks you. It tricks you into thinking this is all you need, but it's just an illusion. You're not getting fresh air, not feeling the sun on your face, not really talking to people face to face. Eventually, the emptiness creeps in, and for some people, that's the start of a downward spiral.
Almighty, sighing.
Yeah. And the anonymity can mess with folks too. People get reckless, lose themselves. They'll say the nastiest things, play the meanest games, and think it's no big deal because it's just virtual. But it's real to someone else. Every LOL at someone's expense can actually hurt. And we both know it can be hard to keep that negativity from spilling over into the real world.
So true. If only folks would just remember there's a world out there beyond these screens. It's cool to come in here and live a little, be whoever you want. But don't forget who you really are, you know? Like, come for a while, have fun, but don't set up camp. Real life's got its drama, sure, but it's where we're really grounded.
Almighty, raising his virtual coffee.
Here's to those who can keep it in balance. And to the folks out here remembering to log off, breathe some real air, and remember there's life beyond the pixels.
Empress, clinking her virtual cup against his.
Cheers to that, Almighty. Here's hoping we're making the virtual world a little wiser, one coffee chat at a time. Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Let's Talk.
As above,
So below,
y'all don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the new topics we have coming.
Until next time, have a good night.
Good night.